we were under the impression that once we became citizens, they were citizens as long as they were underage.
I assumed that he would become automatically an American, being that I almost served my country in a foreign country, but on the U.S. ground.
Born in Würzburg, Germany, lived in New Jersey, declared stateless, now in Jamaica. Reuben Simpson's story continued. So he was a part of the system, the education system, the healthcare, and then he lived his life from
followed
childhood.
their lifestyle. I mean,
I always used to say I wanted to go to college from playing sports. Really, like that was my key, like to get where I wanted to go. Moved back with my father to go to high school. It was a good school, right? And the football team was great. You know, you had colleges coming to look at you when you come play, and so it's like you had an opportunity really to get to your next level in this school. I just know one day I came home and I had to move. I had to move back to my mom's house, so I had to transfer to the school around my mom's lived. And that school never won a game in ages, and it was in a winning team, and no school come to look at them. And it kind of like shattered my main goal, my main dream. I got sad. They were trying to cheer me up and tell me I can make the team win and be the difference, but it was impossible to me, like watching what I had to work with and playing football from a young kid. So I kind of put football out of my mind, and they actually told me that I needed to stay for an extra year and go to summer school in order to graduate, and that was kind of disappointing because I'm like, I was doing so fine and great, and they just take my opportunities away from me. I kind of gave up. I felt like I was going backwards.
You was a regular kid. You get into your when you start to get to that age, you start to feel yourself, try to see what's out there for you.
I went to Job Corps. I started working. I used to work a couple places. Was fascinated with starting to be able to get my own. Like I never really like asking my mom for stuff. The Job Corps didn't work. It didn't work out. So sorry, that didn't work because of bad company.
Reuben is so ambitious and has so many different ideals in his head. By this time in life up here, he probably would have some kind of business going on.
How did he end up getting on the wrong side of the law?
Bad company.
Bad company.
Yeah.
the first time he got into any trouble, it kind of just went downhill after that. He was with people and there was drugs involved, and he was part of the whole sweep that they did. And you know, a lot of the kids around here at that age, the thing that was the weed, they were selling it, and he thought he was streetwise too, but he really wasn't.
So he was a very active child.
Yeah, you know, he interacted with, his personality is just that he interacted with everybody. I think he was always seeking friends. You know, man, if he met John tomorrow, Mom, that's my best friend, because that's what he wanted. And we kind of didn't realize that, and I didn't realize that till way afterwards when it was.
And then tragedy hit at that point.
Yeah, you know, the crowd that the crowd that he got into.
In the neighborhood where I was living in, it's like people do drugs, and people buy drugs, and people sell drugs. I decided I needed to change the scenery because I was basically ended up around the wrong crowd. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna try a new place because the United States is big and there's a lot of different states. I moved to Pennsylvania. I went out there with a friend, and I stayed with a friend for like about 2 months, and then I got my own place with another friend, but we were sharing the rent. And I was working at a telemarketing place. I lent somebody some money. Instead of collecting back the $150 from him, he gave me an offer. Basically, he offered me drugs. He gave it to me with the idea of saying, basically, you can sell this tonight and you'll have $500 just like that. I'm not a drug dealer, so, but it was like, wow, I can use this extra couple $100, and all I'll have to do is probably go to a bar like he told me, and it'll be done. So just have a couple of drinks and it'll be finished. So I said, why not take this shot at it? The guy called me outside the bar and said he got somebody he wanted me to go give the stuff to because he doesn't have any more. So, and it was a good opportunity for me to make all my money in one time. So it wasn't the right thing to do, but sometimes we do things in life. My luck was the person was an undercover police officer that the person brought me to give the stuff to. After I sold it to them, the person called me back, and when I went back, I didn't see anybody. And then the police just came from everywhere, like they were waiting for me, and all they wanted was the money that the undercover officer gave to me. Serial numbers match on the money that I have, or what they used, and they took me to jail. I pled guilty because I was wrong for what I did. I did my time. I was sentenced to 2 to 5 years. Never knowing I would be here. My intention was to do the time, go back out and not get in any trouble anymore, basically.
You know he did it, and you're paying the consequences. Thought that when he was finished with that, now he understands the consequences of whatever action he did. So now when he come home, he'll have a chance to kind of like, okay, start fresh, get your job, and then I would assist him, because that's what I thought was going to happen.
They gave me parole after 2 years.
He got a job, and only problem was he needed his green card.
Right.
Because when they arrested him, they took all his belongings with him because he had them on him. And when he was released, they don't know where it is.
Immigration came for me, and they took me from the regular prison and told me that I was up for deportation.
I'm Julius J. Levy, here in the Pennsylvania state. And right behind me, we can see the facility that Reuben Simpson served 10 months before he was deported.
Couldn't have any bail, and they said I had to wait until it was dealt with in court. Gonna have to go through that feeling of being alone, like super alone. It was like a shock. I had never been treated like this in my life before. For what reason? I don't even know why. Like, it was like, you're not American. Most of the guards in there, they're like, you snuck into our country. Like, I never imagined anything like this ever. My mom, she's in shock, and everybody's in shock. I can't get out. They can't pay no money to bail me out or anything. I have to stay in there. What's gonna happen? I couldn't take it anymore, really. I gave up. I just wanted to be free.
This is our very own Locked Up Abroad.